Have you ever noticed how the harder you chase love, the further it seems to run? Like a reflection on water, the moment you reach for it, the surface trembles and it disappears. We grow up believing that love is something we must earn, that if we speak the right words, look the right way, or give enough of ourselves, someone will finally stay. But real love, the kind that settles quietly in your chest, never arrives through pursuit. It arrives through peace. There's a strange paradox about love. When you stop begging for it, you begin to attract it. Because love is not a reward, it is a mirror. It reflects the stillness within you. The calmer your heart, the clearer that reflection becomes. Most people spend their whole lives running from one face to another, one moment to another, trying to fill a silence they never learned to sit with. But love does not bloom in noise, it grows in stillness. It finds you when you finally stop trying to be found. So tonight, as you listen to these words, breathe slowly. Let go of the idea that someone out there holds the missing piece of your soul. You were never incomplete. You were only distracted by the noise of wanting. This is not a story about finding love. It's a journey about remembering it, the quiet kind that has always lived inside you. And perhaps that's where the real love story begins. We are taught early in life that love is something to chase. From movies, songs, and stories, the message is clear: find someone who completes you. And so we start searching through people, through moments, through mirrors. But in that search, something quiet begins to die. We start molding ourselves into what we think others will love. We smile when we don't mean it. We agree when our soul whispers no. We wear masks, not to deceive, but to be accepted. The tragedy is not that people don't love us. It's that we stop being ourselves in the hope that they will. Every "maybe they'll love me if" becomes a chain. Maybe they'll love me if I look perfect. Maybe they'll love me if I stay quiet. Maybe they'll love me if I give everything. And soon, love becomes a transaction. We start to measure our worth through someone else's eyes. We chase texts, glances, promises, like a thirsty traveler chasing mirages in the desert. But the more we run, the more we lose sight of the oasis within. The truth is, we don't crave love as much as we crave validation. We don't seek a heart to understand us. We seek a mirror that tells us we're enough. Yet no mirror can reflect your true self while your eyes are filled with desperation. So we keep asking, why doesn't love find me? But maybe the question should be, how can love find me if I keep running away from myself? There comes a quiet day, sometimes after heartbreak, sometimes after exhaustion, when you simply stop running. Not out of defeat, but because you realize the chasing has never brought you closer to love. You sit alone, maybe for the first time in years, without trying to fix or find anything. And in that silence, something tender stirs within you, a warmth that asks for nothing, a peace that doesn't depend on anyone's presence. This is the beginning of awakening, the moment you stop searching for love and start noticing it. In the way sunlight touches your face, in the way a friend listens without judgment, in the way your heart keeps beating, even after being broken. You begin to see that love has never left you. It was simply drowned beneath the noise of wanting. When you were busy trying to be chosen, love was quietly waiting to be remembered, not in another person, but in the gentle space between your breaths. You start forgiving yourself for all the times you begged for love that couldn't stay. You stop resenting those who walked away, and instead you thank them for showing you the emptiness you needed to face. Because only through that emptiness could you finally see that love is not something to possess, but something to become. And as you breathe into this stillness, you understand. The love you were chasing was not outside you. It was the silence that remained after the chase ended. When you find that, you no longer seek attention, you radiate presence. And from that presence, the right people will come. Not because you needed them, but because peace attracts peace. Real love does not arrive as fireworks or grand confessions. It comes quietly, like dawn light creeping through a window, asking for nothing, demanding no performance. You begin to realize that love is not an event. It is a state of being. When you stop searching for it, you become its home. Because love is not about possession, it is about alignment, the natural meeting of two souls who no longer carry the noise of fear. There is a sacred balance that life teaches you. The more you cling, the more things slip away. The more you surrender, the more things flow toward you. It's almost as if love trusts only the hands that do not grasp. And in that understanding, your entire perception shifts. You no longer confuse loneliness with emptiness. You see solitude as the soil where self-connection grows. You start to notice how everything, the wind, the stars, the still water, mirrors back the same truth. You are already whole. When you meet someone from that wholeness, love no longer feels like escape. It feels like recognition. Two peaceful souls simply walking beside each other, not to complete but to accompany. Love in its purest form doesn't take, it allows. It doesn't imprison, it liberates. It doesn't ask, will you stay, it whispers. Even if you go, I will still be love. And perhaps that's the deepest freedom of all, to love without needing, to give without losing, to stand still and yet feel completely found. At some point, you stop waiting for love to knock on your door. You stop measuring your worth by who stays and who leaves. You stop asking, when will love find me? Because you begin to live as if it already has. You wake up in the morning and feel a quiet gratitude simply for being. You move through the world slowly, gently, not to impress, but to experience. You speak softly, because your heart no longer needs to shout to be heard. This is what it means to be found by love, not through someone's words or promises, but through your own stillness, through the way you treat yourself on lonely nights, through the way you forgive, let go, and keep your heart open, not to receive, but to give peace. When love finally appears, it won't feel like a spark. It will feel like recognition, as if life itself is saying, you finally remembered who you are. The people meant for you will arrive quietly, drawn not by your pursuit, but by your calm. And when they do, you'll realize you were never chasing love. You were being shaped for it. Every heartbreak softened you. Every silence deepened you. Every goodbye guided you closer to yourself. So let love find you, not by standing still in fear, but by moving gently in truth. Let it recognize you in the way you breathe, the way you live, the way you love the world without demand. Because in the end, the most beautiful love story is not between two souls who find each other, but between a soul and its own peace. And when you reach that peace, love will not need to find you. It will already be there.